This is I Only Touch Greatness Remix. Scan the code and follow.
Hey guys, it's Brendan Morrison here, former Vancouver Canuck. Stay tuned. I'm coming up on the You Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Yeah, and then big day for Canucks fans, obviously, when you got traded here for Alexander McGillney. Bring us back to that day.
Man, it was a crazy story. Like my brother-in-law is Daryl Ray, who was a goaltender, played in Hartford, played in Edmonton for a bit. He's been the color commentator for the Dallas Stars for over 20 years now and does a tremendous job. Anyways, Dallas, I think, was playing in somewhere in New York. I don't know if it was the Islanders, Rangers, and so I was out for lunch with him, and at the time it was my girlfriend, or she might have been fiance, and her sister. So the four of us were at lunch. Daryl's got to hop on a phone call with the fan out of Toronto to commentate or get his comments on a few trades that had gone down. And we're getting real tight up against the 3:00 Eastern deadline. And I knew my name had been out there a little bit, and I'd actually talked to the Devils and had asked for a trade. But just because you ask doesn't mean it's ever going to happen. But anyways, Daryl's about to hop off the phone. It's about 2:59. And he just says to the guys, "Hey, has anything else come across the wire?" They're like, hold on, there's something coming out right now. So they say, yeah, Vancouver just traded Mogilny to the Devils for Morrison and Peterson. And my brother-in-law's like, really? He's like, well, I'm having lunch with him. I'll tell him right now. So he hangs up the phone. He's like, I think you just got traded to Vancouver. I'm like, no way. Like, yeah, they just told me. So like an hour goes by before I get official word. I pull back into my driveway at 4:00 Eastern time in New Jersey, and it's the secretary from the Devils saying that Lou wants to speak to you. Well, I already know what's happened, right? But I don't think he knows that I know. But so that was interesting for sure. But I was super excited to be able to have the opportunity to come back to Vancouver and really join the team at a time when they had a good young core of guys, and they were just kind of starting to trend upwards. So it was perfect timing for me personally.
You have a favorite sports movie?
Oh man, I got to go with Slapshot, man. That's
oh yeah. It's
funny. I'll tell you a quick side note about Slapshot. So when I was in college, Jim Harbaugh, who's obviously back at Michigan coaching now, but was coaching in the NFL, was playing in the NFL at the time as a quarterback. He held a golf tournament, their celebrity golf tournament. And I lived with three other hockey players, Jason Botterill, who's now the assistant GM with the Kraken.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warren Looning, who was drafted by the Islanders, played a little bit with the Islanders and the Dallas Stars. And Blake Sloan, who won a Stanley Cup with Dallas and played in Calgary and Columbus. Anyways, we had one other roommate who was helping Harbaugh organize the tournament, and we were supposed to go out that night and meet up with everybody. He's like, guys, don't leave until I get back. I got to go do an airport pickup, and I want to stop by the house before we go out for the get together. So we're like, all right, like what's going on? He's like, I can't tell you guys, but just don't leave. So we wait, like an hour goes by. All of a sudden, he pulls up. No kidding, he's got all three Hanson brothers, and that was his pickup at the airport, the Hanson brothers. So he brought him into our college house, and we got all these awesome pictures of them putting his headlocks, and we got those guys to sign our walls in college. And, it was a big deal for us in college for those guys to come there, and it was pretty cool, man.
That is pretty sweet. Not many people can say that.
No, it was awesome. Great surprise.
That's just a good thing. What about, do you have a favorite piece of memorabilia that you've ever had collected?
Like I was a big card collector when I was a kid, like in elementary school and that, always at recess and lunch, playing like whether it was, knockdown where you stand a card up and try and knock it down. I don't know if that was before your guys' time or not, or
I'm 38. It was around my time.
Not a bit of it, yeah. Like chuck cards to see who could throw it the farthest, and you'd win all the other ones. But anyways, I got a pretty cool card. I do have a Gretzky rookie card. Now, I wish I could tell you it was like a PSA 10, but it's not. but it's in decent shape. I got a Gretzky rookie card. I guess personal memorabilia would be Hobie Baker Trophy is a pretty cool, like, bronze statue, really beautiful piece of art. And then probably from my playing days in NHL, I would say my first goal puck was my first game in New Jersey, in Pittsburgh at the old Igloo against Tom Barrasso in the second period. My first shot on net in NHL, so that was pretty cool.
That's pretty unique too. That's awesome. I got you on the wall here.
Yeah,
too.
I was gonna touch with that.
Oh,
can you see it?
I recognize you guys. Yeah, sweet.
I got that done. I got that done with you and Bert at the last at that hockey fights for homeless.
Right.
Well played. Well played with there a little camera drop there.
Hands.
Yeah. That was definitely a phone drop.
He's a lacrosse player. He doesn't have the hand skills of us good hockey players.
Hands like feet.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot, Mike.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about playing with the Westcoast Express then, and while we're on that topic, and in my eyes, probably the best line ever for the Vancouver Canucks.
Well, I appreciate that. It's, like I said, I got to Vancouver at a time when we had a good group of young players that were all, a lot of us had been traded there. Like Bert was traded there. Nazi was traded there. Jobo was traded there. Klutz was traded there. Like Matthias was drafted there. But, the list kind of goes on. Obviously we had the Sedins early on too. And I think a lot of guys had a bit of something to prove, like once you get moved off a team, it kind of motivates you in a sense that you want to go out and prove to the team that moved you, like, hey, this is what I'm capable of doing. So when I got into Vancouver, Andrew Castles was kind of the guy that was playing with Bird and Nazi, and Castles was a great guy, a good teammate, really smart hockey player, tremendous playmaking ability. And so he basically, my first 2 years there were pretty much, him playing with that line, and I would bounce around a little bit playing with, Peter Schaefer a fair amount, Matt Cook a fair amount. And then I got an opportunity one time. We went through a bit of a stretch where our team was struggling for like a week or 10 days. And I remember walking into Joe Louis Arena for the pregame skate, and you walk in and the lineup's always written on the whiteboard when you walk in the morning. And I kind of glanced at it and I did a double take and I saw my name in between Bert's and Nazi's. And, I was excited, I wanted that opportunity. I wanted that challenge of being able to see if I could play with those guys. In my mind, I thought I could do it. I believed I could do it. Now you just need the opportunity. And like anything in life, it's what do you make of that opportunity? So that night, I think we ended up tying the game, and our line had 2 goals. And then we stayed together after that. Next game, I think we had 3 goals. We just kind of clicked right away. It was an interesting dynamic. We obviously Nazi was kind of the pure goal scorer, but very underrated playmaking ability. Bert was at that time, the most dominant power forward in the game, a big man, physical, opened up ice that way, could score goals and can move the puck. And then I think me with my creativity as well, had speed, would keep D-man honest. I think my playmaking ability and also just my attention to detail defensively, I think helped those guys do their thing. So it was a great time in my career, and to be able to do it at home, essentially in the city where I grew up, and to have a fair amount of success with these guys, and really just have a lot of fun. Like our teams in the early mid 2000s, I think were a very entertaining team to watch. Like we were never out of a game, even if we got behind a couple goals. Like we were exciting, right? And we could score in bunches, and it just was a lot of fun playing with those guys and that group of guys through my time in Vancouver.